What's up, everybody? It is Coach Justin and Elise, and we are here to give you guys some more information, more helpful tips on how to reach your fitness and health goals. Today, we're going to compound about what we talked about yesterday. If you watched the video, or if you didn't watch the video, you can click the link below, and you guys can check that out. We'll wait. Today, we're going to talk about the ratios of calories that we have, specifically macronutrients. That's a big buzzword right now, right? Everybody's doing macros, and they are very, very important. However, they're not everything, and it's not the end-all, say-all like some people would have you believe. So, we have calories. We have to be in a caloric deficit in order to get that baseline, in order to lose weight. But you've also got a certain amount of protein, a certain amount of fat, and a certain amount of carbohydrates that your body needs to have in proper ratios. That way they don't have to make it on their own. Because here's what happens. Your body can turn pretty much anything into what it needs. If it needs carbohydrates or if it needs glucose, it can turn other macros into that, but it does it at a cost, at a metabolic cost, at a hormonal cost to your body. So you want to make sure that you keep it happy by giving it a certain amount of all of them. That's why when people come to me and ask, should I do a low fat diet? Should I do a low carb diet? Should I do a low protein diet? Not very many people ask me about low protein diet.
Who does that? Vegans.
Oh, that's true. Well, no, they do like the vegetable and the soy and all that kind of stuff, and like Blanche Tibetan monk.
Blanche.
Yeah, like Blanche
Like the Golden
Tibetan
Girls?
monk. Yeah. Anyways, what was I talking about? Where was I at? So people come to me, and the answer is you really need a ratio of all those things. You can be low fat or you can be low carb for a certain period of time, but if you're athletic, if you're moving around and you're quite active, your body needs carbohydrates, and for hormonal purposes alone and mental stability, your body needs fat. So to stay on a low fat or a low carbohydrate diet for a long period of time is probably not the healthiest thing. So a proper ratio, cycling those things are very important. What ratio? Well, that depends, and that's where it gets a little bit more difficult. Basically, if you're wanting to lose weight and you're not very active, we're going to want to make sure that our protein is a little bit high, probably somewhere around 1 gram per pound of body weight that you want to get to, your goal weight. And then your carbohydrates are probably going to be a little bit lower because carbohydrates are our body's natural, they're our preferred source as fuel for energy consumption or for energy production, right? As opposed to fats. Your body uses that first. So if we're not super active, then we can have a little bit lower carbohydrates. But we want to keep that protein up there because the protein is what our body synthesizes and makes into muscle. So if we don't have that, then it's going to make it, but at a cost, right? And that cost is probably going to be first and foremost for you guys, muscle wasting, right? Because your body has to have protein, but it's going to use it for other things before it uses it for building muscles. So, in addition, the fats. Your fat should probably be, depending on if you're middle-aged, lower, everything like that, you want to have a decent amount of fats. Now, how much for you is going to be all dependent on what your activity level is. Again, good rule of thumb, if we're just talking about percentages, if you do your protein first, you figure about 1 pound per ounce. Hopefully from yesterday you found your total daily energy expenditure and you have about your calorie intake. Take the protein, about 1 gram per pound of body weight that you want to get to, figure out how many calories that is, and then take the fat, put that anywhere between 30 to 50% depending on how active you are. Figure out how many calories that is, and then last, fill out the rest of your calories with carbohydrates. If you do that, you'll be in a pretty good start to be well-rounded in your macros. Now, as your body changes and as your body responds to that particular ratio of calories, particular ratio of macronutrients, you're gonna probably have to change those. And that's where it gets a little bit more tricky, and that's where I would definitely recommend hiring a coach, someone who can look at you and your changes unbiasedly, because most of you guys, most of us, myself included, can't really look at ourselves unbiasedly.
So don't forget, if you want to join the challenge, go to our homepage, liftandletlivefit.com, scroll to the bottom of the homepage, and go ahead and sign up for the challenge. The challenge will start July 1st. Make sure you take a before picture. You can go ahead and take it now. That way you have plenty of time for an amazing transformation.
Be on the lookout tomorrow, because now that you have calories and you have macros, we're going to talk about the next thing, the next most important thing, and that's when to eat, which is like basically always.
Every day.
Always.
Like every 3 hours you need to eat.
Always eat. You don't even need to watch the video now, because we just
gonna
told
tell
you
you,
it
3
was in
hours.
this videos
Yeah.
all the time. Just constantly have food,
always have food.
bread in your mouth.
You should pay him a Sawyer because he has bread in his mouth right now. 2 handfuls.
We'll see you tomorrow, guys.